And so we're going to go through a meditation to get in touch with your own creative expression and authenticity, reconnect with that, and also release some of the places where this might be blocked. You might be feeling lack of permission, or maybe you're not even sure how to connect with it, what that looks like or feels like. So I invite you to take a nice deep breath into your body. And maybe you sigh it out. And when you're ready, you can close your eyes. And I do recommend trying this meditation sitting versus laying down. If laying down is better for your body, then go for it. But just to help you stay conscious when you're laying down, it can be really easy to drift off into sleep. And just start with noticing, just briefly noticing your body, just tuning into your physical container, the sensations, how it's feeling in this moment without judging it. And just feel a sense of your breath as it just effortlessly flows through your body. And you can even notice your internal state, the quality of your thoughts, maybe your emotions, how you're feeling around this topic of creativity, creative expression, without labeling it as good or bad. There could be a sense of yearning, curiosity, excitement, frustration, maybe a little bit of fear or reticence if you've been feeling disconnected or blocked. And you can just let whatever that is be okay. And there's any number of very good reasons why you feel how you feel about it. And to be you're safe to have this experience and to allow your experience, whatever it is, to be true without needing to change it. And I actually, to prep to get ready for this meditation, one of the ways that I love, and you can stay with your eyes closed, one of the ways as an adult that I love to get in touch with my creativity and my creative expression is with flowers. And lately it's been pressing, drying flowers. And so I had some wildflowers that I'd collected that had been pressing for a few weeks. And I decided, nothing fancy, I just put them in some parchment and in between pages of a heavy book. And I decided to go take them out and check on them. Not even doing anything with them, just taking them out, looking at them, being with them, and I felt my state shift. I felt my energy open, start to become a little bit more elevated, a little bit bright, and they're so beautiful. And there was also one pile that also, I don't know if it was because I pressed them differently in between cast iron pans or if it was just the type of flour or what, but there was one, type that also just came out brown and didn't turn out well, and that's okay. And as a young child, and I talk about this in the previous podcast episode about barefoot earthing, wildflowers, creative expression, and the heart's affinity. As a young child, I naturally loved being in nature, being outside barefoot in the grass, picking flowers, looking at worms, being naked when I was really little. And that's just my natural essence. And so as an adult, it doesn't have to show up in exactly the same way, but tapping back into some of those same experiences and things that I loved as a child are still there. That love is still there. And it puts me into that same space. And so we're going to start here. A little visualization and connection with your own inner child, yourself as a child. Children are naturally much more uninhibited. They're naturally connected to their own energy and their own creative expression. And for the purpose of just because it's theirs, not for performance or production. And so I invite you with your eyes closed. Maybe you are already starting to tap in to see yourself as a young child. What did you love to do? What did you get so wrapped up and absorbed in that you just lost track of time? It can be, it might be conventional creativity like drawing and art and crafts, collaging, coloring, painting. Oh, I used to love watercolor paints as a child too. And then I actually had a phase in my adulthood where I got into watercolor again. It's been a while, but what did you naturally love to do as a child? And creativity doesn't have bounds. It doesn't have to be art, but it can be. It could be playing with make believe play with dolls, building with blocks or other materials, making potions with dirt and grass and things. I also used to love to collect rocks and fossils. Maybe it was singing, dancing, putting on plays, performances. But it could be even younger with just, like, examining grass, textures of bubbles and different things. The feeling of the air on your face when you run and spin. Let yourself see this. And if you find any challenge with connecting with this, you can always just what would it have been if it could have been? If you can't connect with anything specific that you know happened or was real for you, what can you imagine little you doing? And what was your energy like? Were you focused, excited, gleeful and elated, joyful, expansive, present, and absorbed? And that's another quality of creativity is it inherently brings a sense of presence with it that can't really be forced. And I want you to start to match that feeling in your body. You don't have to give it a word, a label necessarily. Start to bring that same feeling of little you and your creative expression into your body. Maybe you give it a color. Maybe you see it as a color and you paint that color, put a dot of that color in your heart. Maybe the feeling, you can notice where the feeling starts. Does it start in your heart? Is it in your belly? Is it in your hands? And notice the quality of it. Like, actually feel it. I just felt it for myself with my dried flowers. It's like an open, light, you could say maybe slightly effervescent, bubbly quality. Yours has your own flavor, and you can invite it to start to spread. Maybe you feel it concentrated in one place, your heart, and you invite it to just start to spread and fill up your body. If you see it as a color, you can invite that color to start to spread and fill you up. And it's okay if you get distracted or if you have thoughts that come up as you do this. That could be actually energy that's getting ready to move, release. That could be what is part of what is actually blocking you from accessing this in your adulthood. And it can also just be lack of practice. We have lots of practice as adults in being serious. And unfortunately, children learn that too. Practice in being serious, productive, analytical. Right now, we're going to practice the feeling of being playful, expansive, creative. And as those feelings, that experience in the body of your creative essence starts to fill you up, some of the places and the energies that might be blocking you from this might be starting to activate and getting ready to move, release, shed. When I was on a walk on a trail the other morning and saw a big snakeskin. And shedding is a part of the process as you grow and change and evolve. Shedding naturally happens. So let's shed together a little bit of what's ready to go. It might be, and you can go ahead and visualize this as just a bubble, like a big soap bubble outside your space. And in this soap bubble, any layers, you're not going to get all of it, but you're going to get what's ready to go right now. Anywhere that there is lack of permission, it could be generalized from the world around you, where it could be specific memories and the charge. You won't lose the memory, but you might move and de energize some of the charge where there's lack of permission. No, you can't do that. You have to be serious. You have to be productive. Well, we're rewriting creativity and creative expression is productive. Guilt related to that. I'm selfish if I spend my time doing this thing that I love that makes me feel good, that isn't making money or cleaning the house or whatever else. Maybe there's some layers of mental freeze and analyzing because creativity doesn't originate with the analytical, logical mind. It comes from a different part of you. And yes, if you're someone like an architect that is creative and analytical, there can be things that have emerging. If you're an artist that has a multi step project, there might be things to plan, but there's still the creative essence that is absorbed and immersed in the experience. Let some of that mental energy, and you're not going to be able to mental figure your way into creative expression. So let some of that release, and it might come out. You might experience it as thoughts and pops, a stream of words that you hear, conversation. Or conversely, it might be you might get a bunch of fogginess, mental fog. That can be the fog around it, how to access it. Let it move, let it go. Maybe you even make a silly noise, shake your body a little bit, let it move. And finally, and this might already be moving, invite some lack, not good enough, self judgment to start to release. Really young children are not, they are not self-aware of how they're being perceived by other people. There's a threshold that you cross where you start to be aware of that, but when you're really young, you're just being. You're not judging if it's good enough. You're not judging it by standards. There could be specific memories again related to here. You know, I like to sing just for myself. I wouldn't say I'm a great singer, but it feels really good. And my singing has gotten better just by doing it. But I stopped singing because my older sister was so mean to me about it whenever I would sing. So I stopped. And that's something that I have reclaimed for myself. So maybe you let some of that not good enough start to move and release. And let that bubble blow it like a blow it off to the horizon and just let it pop and de-energize. And notice the space that you've created for yourself. It might feel more quiet, maybe a little bit more free. Maybe there's some mental clarity there. And you're welcome. We're not done yet. We're going to do one more step, but you're welcome to return to this process as often as you like. Although, and it can also be helpful to just activate it with something you love, like I did with just getting out. I didn't do anything with them other than take them out and spread them out and enjoy them with my dried flowers. It can be something with just being immersed and activating it, the feeling. And now I want you as a last step to just connect with and see, sense, know, is there something that your adult self feels called to connect with and experience and express? It could also be little self showing you too. And it might show up, you might see the image of it. You might have it might be a sense in the body, you might just have a knowing, and I invite you to be brave and try that on in the body in real life from this place of sort of preschool, kindergarten curiosity, and I'm just gonna do it. When you're ready, you can open your eyes and come back to the room. Thank you for joining me on this creative essence meditation journey. And I invite you to stay connected with me, Andrea Rennie, on the Barefoot Clairvoyant podcast for more ways to just connect with your true self. Let me know in the comments how this went for you. And also, if you go and try something or you experience something, let me know. I'd love to know. Thanks.